This. I've been an addict since the age of 23. I'm 40 years old now, and I've been an addict the whole time. It all began, really, I was an angry child. I lost my father when I was 7 years old, so I kind of grew up without him. Man, I'm nervous. Thank you. All right, so I grew up without him, and I had a lot of pent-up anger. And that anger grew as I grew up, and then I discovered opiates. So that stuck with me. That was something I never thought I'd break. So fast forward, late 20s, I joined the military, trying to get clean. It worked for a little bit, and then I lost my mother. So from there, I fell off the wagon again. Rediscovered methamphetamines, and then I got kicked out of the Army for that. Out of the Army and into the fire, pretty much. From there, trying to get my life together, God put some people in my life, and that was my wife and child. And it's funny that God does that. Looking back on it now, God's been there the whole time.
Amen.
The whole time. Every step of the way, every trial, tribulation, whatever. So God gives me a reason to get straight. Like, you have to get straight, or at least try. But so I got on a medication called Suboxone, and I got addicted to that. But it kept me even keel. It allowed me to work, perform duties as a father. I ended up getting custody of my older child, who I had previously in the early days, my addiction. I couldn't take care of it. Now I was able to take care of him then. So he came into my life again, and it was rough because he come from a hard place, and I was trying to give him a better life, but didn't know how to do it. And so their anger came back in. So I blamed my son a lot for a lot of the problems I was causing. So that pot began to boil over pretty early on. I was really mean to my son, really mean. And if you know me now, anger's not really my thing. But then I was an angry person. So fast forward about 2 years ago. This is when things really fell apart. And remember, God, step of the way, right? So picked up methamphetamines, crystal meth. And that's when things went south so fast. So I came home one night, and my son had done something. I don't even remember what it was, something trivial. And I unloaded. I blew up like a bomb. So I ended up that night in handcuffs with an assault charge against my own flesh and blood. I'm staring into the eyes of my wife and my youngest son, and now my oldest son is gone, still gone. So I screwed up big time. So I go to jail, get out the next day, and start using again. And I continued to use. I couldn't put it down. But God was there. Looking back. About 6 months into it, I developed what they call methamphetamine psychosis. It's something I can't describe. You've heard it before up here, guys talking about voices, demonic possession, whatever it is. It was terrifying. But this is where God comes in heavy-handed right then. Because from there, it was a battle for my soul. It was. So I continued to try to drown it out, all of it. I pushed away my wife. I ended up assaulting her. High, angry. That from child, wife, to youngest son, they were all gone at this point. Gone, because they couldn't be around me. So during this time, I attempted suicide 6 times. I'm a suicide survivor. I just didn't want to live no more because I had caused so much damage. As my wife would say, everything you touch, Steve, you destroy. You destroy. And I was like, these hands, the creative hands that I have, I now turned them into a weapon of mass destruction. So, I bring it up. The last time I attempted suicide was an overdose. And this was the last time, and this is where my aha moment came, my moment of clarity. It hadn't been God because I'm still here, you know. So I overdosed, and it took 8 Narcans to bring me back. 8. If you're familiar, 1 Narcan does the trick. It took 8 of them in chest compressions. They were 5 minutes away from calling the cops. I was dead on the floor. God brought me back. Why? At the time, I'm like, I had no idea. It didn't work. But then I went upstairs and I wept and I asked God, why? Why am I still here? Why am I going through this? And then the thought of my youngest son came to mind. It's like, I almost did to my children what my father had done to me. I would have left them. So from there, everything began to fall into place. I got arrested. I got sober against my will, but that's what I wanted. I needed to get off all of it. I wanted to for years. So now sober, and I get to Madison County Jail, and a fellow by the name of Ryan Boswell comes and visits me. He's like, are you done yet? Are you tired? Yeah. Tired of being in jail, you know. But I was tired of addiction, the whole deal. And he starts telling me, he told me before prior, but I won't get into that, but about a place called Breaking Bonds. All right. So jail, get out of jail free card. That's what I thought. And so Ryan spoke at my court date on my behalf, and it didn't work. Went to prison. So here I am in prison, like low. So my wife don't like me anymore. Can't talk to my son. Other families scared to be around me because I was crazy. And it just come to me as like, Steve, you got to change. You got to. You know, and when I walked in that prison cell for the first time, and this is God. Remember, God's every step of the way. Every step of the way. I walk in that prison cell, and on the wall, some dude wrote, I don't know how long ago, in big words, it says, thank God. Thank God. Thank God I'm alive. Thank God maybe I can talk to my wife, even though she's going to yell at me. Thank God my sister still talks to me. You know, thank God. So, anyways, I do my time. I'm doing my time, and I decided, like, when I get out, I'm going to do Breaking Bonds. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove to myself that I can get sober and get back to what I had, if it's possible. So I called my sister up. She's like, "Oh, thank God, you know, thank God, you're going to do this." All right. So plans in motion. Julie and Ryan, big help. You know, without them and my wife and my sister, those are the only people I talk to in prison. So I get out, and who's waiting for me is my wife and kid.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. smiles and hugs. Got to spend a great night together. It's just like old times. So I was like, yeah, this is going to work. This is going to work. So I'm in Breaking Bonds now. I've been sober since September of last year.
Yeah.
Something I didn't think was possible forever. You know, I spent my whole adult life as an addict on something. So, and now I know it's possible. And thank God, every step of the way.
That's
All
right.
you got to do is stop and smell, you know. I'm going to quote Sturgill Simpson here because his song, there's a song he has, it's called All Around You. You know, if you don't take the time to look all around you, the love, you know, just the energy that he has, you'll miss it, or you won't look at it. But I'm here to tell you, if you do take the time and look all around you, you'll find love.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Yeah.